Once you have created your Pear Deck activities, you need to assign it to your students. To do so, you're going to go on to Add-ons, open Pear Deck Add-on. Once you do this, make sure you don't hit the Present button, as that turns it into a Google slide and not a Pear Deck activity. We always want to click Start Lesson. There are two options here, student-paced activity or instructor-paced activity. This video, we're going to focus on student-paced activity. The instructor-paced activity allows you to do real time. You may also change it to student-paced and back to real time, but that will be in another video. Right now, we're going to focus on student-paced activity. Once the activity is ready to go, you will be directed to the teacher dashboard. You can get to the dashboard by app.peardeck.com/dash, or you can click here to go to the teacher dashboard. But before we do that, we need to copy this link. There are actually two ways to get students into a self-paced mode. Copy the link and embed it in Schoology, or tell the students to go to joinpd.com and enter this code. I am going to embed it in Schoology so that students can work when they want at the pace they want. So now that that link is copied, I'm going to go into Schoology, add materials, go to add file link and external tool, and here I'm going to add the link. I'm going to go ahead and paste the link in, type today's date and the activity so that students know what to do today in class. Now it's going to load at the bottom of this page, so students can click on this link and their Pear Deck activity is ready to go at their own pace. So the first question, what questions do you have from the homework from yesterday? None. I'm all good. And then they can move on to the next slide. So here I'm going to read the learning targets. Now I have an activity. So I want the one that has one solution. Orange is no solution. Oops, that's yellow. Orange is no solution and yellow is infinitely many solutions. Now I've set this up for the students to be working on their notes, and it'll give them the answer on the next slide. Here, I want the students to fill in the blank. They can do so by writing. They can copy and put into the text here. Now I also want them to draw a line. There are two ways they can do that. They can do that with a pencil, but it's also like writing as well. Or really, they need to use the straight line feature, so they can use this line. Since there's two, we can change the color so I know which one we're looking at, and the students can then go to the next slide to see their answers. Next, I have a multiple choice question. The equation 2 equals -1 is always, never, or sometimes true. That is never true. This is not an activity that will give them the answer, so you will have to supply that for them. And they can go through the activity at their own pace and come back when they want. To view the student work, I'm going to go to app.peardeck.com and log in. I would like to go to sessions and click on the session that the students are currently working on. As you can see, I've had many different sessions with the students. Live means it is still open. Closed means it is no longer available for the students to use. So I'm going to open up my session, and I can either open it up as the projector, which is the student view, or open up the dashboard, which would be my view. Students do not get to see this view. I will be able to see who has made any comments, who's answered the questions, and I can leave some feedback. I can then go through each slide and check students' answers. What's nice is the student answers will be labeled with their name. Since I logged in under my Schoology account, it's showing my name as I'm the one who completed this activity. I can then scroll through the rest of the assignments to look at student work and give feedback. Once you end a session, students will no longer have access to those activities. So my suggestion is to make sure you have the session opened and turn on the self-paced mode. This will allow students to view your feedback and the lesson as well. If the session is ended, they will no longer have access to those features. So when students log back in, they will be able to see their responses and your feedback by clicking on this icon at the bottom. They also can click on Mark as Read so that you know they've gone through and saw their feedback.